Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Lords of Xulima here on Focus Fridays. This is episode 61, or very near it. Unfortunately, the last, I don't know, I want to say like 12 or 15 saves, I don't know why, did not save to the Steam Cloud, so when my hard drive went, they were all gone. However, the autosave worked, which meant that before I zoned into this area, the autosave was there, and all I did in this area was run around town turning quests and buy and sell stuff and trade things. So, I don't think I lost much. Things might be slightly different than they were before, but not by much. I did talk to the food lady in the town, and she actually gave me some more provisions. So if you're wondering why the food count is slightly off, that would be why. Alright, I also got a magic necklace, and I'm wondering what that is. Constitution and agility, or sorry, we can go with maximum power. I'm not sure. What is it that we have on our paladin? Constitution and agility. Being a frontliner, that's probably the key component there. Speed and agility, or 2 to speed. I think I can sell both of those. I don't see why not. Additionally, we got some random, like Divine Prayer 2, I think Blizzard 1, or Icy Shards 1 or something. And the Scroll of Song of Speech. Those are the other things that I had uncovered. Greetings to you too, sir. Alright. So I didn't actually look at any of the equipment at this moment, but I'm pretty sure I can sell this. And I can sell that. Let's take a look at what we have left. 14 hit points, electric protection, as I would say. Alright, let's take a look. Nothing. Versatile boots with evasion, meh. A sheet shield, eh. A bone power shield, that's actually not bad. Can you use this? It's a two-handed staff, so no. Unfortunately, you cannot. However, I can take a look at the different staves and things, if there were any, and see. But it doesn't appear that there are. Infallible crossbow. Let's see what that's like. Actually, worse than the silver fiber longbow. Who knew? Who knew? We'll go take a look at Kalark for the steel electric. Whoa, the platinum battle axe crushes these things quite a bit. Yeah. Straight up easy crushage of the enemy, or our current situation here. We're using a golden bastard sword. The platinum saber's just a little bit worse and better at the same time. Let's see how that compares to what Galen is using. He's using a gold toxic saber. Is it worth the money to get one more point of damage? I don't think so. So probably not going to go that route. The platinum longsword, however, again, still I don't think that's going to be the play. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again at the point where we have no idea what we're doing. So, we're going to take a look at the world map. We tried to go over here toward B Island here and get to, is that a witch's hut? I think that might be the witch's hut. Oh, no, that's not the witch's hut's right there. It didn't work, and it looks like the only way to get to this witch's hut is to come through Vilak. And I don't think we can do that because it will melt our faces, and not in a good way. If, indeed, there was a good way to have our faces melted. So, what was suggested to me, and something that I've been putting off because I didn't think we could handle it, is to come here and try to handle this giant dude. I still don't think we have the oomph or the power to do it, but we're going to have to do something because as it stands right now, we are simply far too weak to really advance to any of the new areas at this point. So we're going to have to do something with the old areas. And unfortunately, well, I really hope I gained those extra points. I can't recall whether I did it this time or last time. Maybe when I get back to one of the other towns, I'll do the point allocation. And it might be doubling it up or doubling it over. So all the stuff I did in town in episode 60, I did not do, like, it didn't happen, so I redid a bunch of stuff, and I didn't watch to see everything that I did in the episode, so I might have missed a few things, which, of course, is not the greatest. strategy or plan. Let's go see what's up over this way. I'm pretty sure I've already done this before. I've looked, and I have no idea. I don't recall what it was. Alright, yeah, I landed that shot. What? I've had to play with the sound effects too, guys, so it might be a little bit louder than normal. I don't think it's too loud that you guys won't be able to hear me, though. So I think we're fine. We'll see, though. Oh, look at us as wrecking fools, left, right, and center. Center, right, and left as well. What? Boom. Get handled. We're actually able to hit the wasps fairly consistently, which is pretty impressive. Before, that was not a thing we could do. Before, it was like, alright, well, we suffer the stings and agonizing pain of the wasps until Bumpy, the old wizened Bumpy, gets to cast a spell to murder all of them. Now, that's not really the case anymore. Now it's just flat pew-pew shooty action, and we get to kill fools. Alright, well, it definitely appears that we have not been over here yet. Where does this take us? To Vilak. Well, maybe this is going to be the play, is to come over here and do something. I doubt it. Like, severely doubt it, but maybe. Maybe it's the play. I think the fire is too intense for us to be able to handle. So we'll have to take a look. Alright, I'm going to kill the torch again. Alright, we're going to travel there anyway just to see what's up. And I'm highly doubting it's going to be good for us. I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to end well. I really don't. Alright, this sign says back to Sorentia. Alright. And from what I see, what are those? Oh, that says it's easy. Well, maybe I can handle myself over in Vilak. Oh, that's balanced, huh? Some demons. Oh gosh! Did you see that? There was a giant flaming boulder of death. All right, we're gonna try the demons. We'll see how quote-unquote balanced it is. All right. What did that just do? Oh, it just stole a bunch of our mana and healed him. That's not great. The loincloths better work. If they don't, I'm going to be pretty unhappy. Alright, we're going to lay into these. I'm going to take some damage. Ooh, silence, bleeding, horrible awfulness. It's not great. It certainly is not a good thing. Meteor. Our Jirok comes down. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to refamiliarize myself with some of these spells. He has 360 health. It doesn't seem like it's that much. 22 to 38. Alright, we're going to go with this spell. We're going to burn him, though I could probably use the ice spell that does the same type of thing. Alright. Ooh, a critical hit, 66. Very nice. Oh, stole more mana from everyone. And healed pretty much almost the entire thing, but he's wounded. So there is that. The attacks don't seem to be all that impressive right now. I don't know how often they can use the Mana Steel heal. Apparently relatively often. That's actually quite annoying. That is one of the more annoying abilities I've ever seen. So yeah, I'm not a super huge fan of that. That's Blizzard, so we want to go with this one. And he should die. Actually, maybe even just from the bleeds and everything else. Alright, we are still silenced. I don't know if silence lasts forever or briefly or what the deal is. But it's not looking great right now, and more of our mana was stolen. And now Galen is totally out of mana. And it's not looking good. And more HP was stolen, but he died regardless, so it didn't matter. Not sure why I swung with Bumpy there. That was a mistake. It's okay, though. We're allowed to make mistakes, I suppose. Alright, we're going to have to defend and pass up our turn. Miss that shot. We got that one. That's not bad. Oh, the bleeds are real, though. The bleeds are really, really nasty. Alright, we're going to go with, I think, a lightning bolt at this point, because we're going to have to rest to recover from all this horrible awfulness. Get a little bit of health back, and a little tiny bit of power points back. Actually, Shiny Bob has a ton of power points. I don't know how exactly, but he does. Alright, Kalark is now part of the Bleeding Society. And it looks like we are going to continually miss from this point forward. And Shiny Bob doesn't have the oomph to actually take it out. He's still silenced, though, so not great. More power points drained. Bumpy is now totally useless. Galen can't reach. Oh, and it looks like we lost someone already. That's not great. Well, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but Of all the folks to lose, I suppose he was the best candidate, maybe? 38. Well, this might be the way. Oh, he's immune. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be, right? Alright, at least he didn't heal up at all, so there it is. Victory is ours. Well, that was pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. The demons, I would say maybe they are balanced. Maybe they are balanced. Not great, though, as I'm sure you've noticed. We gotta get out of the rock area, because that is very painful and unsatisfying. We're gonna actually take a full day's rest now, which is gonna use up a tremendously huge amount of our food supply. But it looks like Kalark has made it to level 21, I want to say? Yeah. We'll continue with strength. We're going to go up to 20 with speed, and then we'll go to agility and constitution. I may consider just increasing, you know, speed's decent. He's kind of up there now. Maybe just increasing agility for a while. His HP is still pretty tremendous with all the skills that we get with him. Perhaps it would be better just to make sure we can land more attacks more frequently. Just saying, it's a thing. It's possible. Maybe that's the play. We're going to go with rage. I don't think we need to go with learning. We could go with armor. Weapon master increases attack rating, so that might even be the play in the future here. Right now, I guess I'm going to go with getting some armor. That increases evasion. This increases combat initiative. Okay. Well, we're going to go with armor this time. Next time around, we're going to try, even if we don't have the points, we'll save up for the time after to get weapon master and tactics. I'd like to get a couple points into those just to increase our ability. So we're up to 16% chance to crit plus whatever our weapon offers. So that's not too bad. That is not too bad. Oh, there's food right there that we actually can't access. Alright, well, we're going to do battle with the little torpy dudes, the little imps here floating around. And we're going to see what we can do to these guys. And we can miss. That's what we can do. They can miss as well, so it's a giant miss fest. Ow, fireballs hurt. Yeah, their auto attacks aren't super tremendously impressive. Wow. Apparently they are super duper evasive. And that's a thing. Alright, there we go. We landed a little something something. Alright, is this the fireball? It is. So this should hit all three of them. Ooh, and it did. Didn't do a ginormous chunk of damage. But it wasn't too bad. Oh, come on. Land that middle attack. There it is. Alright, so Shiny Bob casts a spell. I guess we'll go to Galen, because Galen has taken the most abuse thus far. Alright, and he's continuing to take some of that abuse. We'll throw that out, and I believe this guy is pretty much done skis, so we'll throw out a little poison attack this way. And Shiny Bob's like, I don't think so. I don't know why he did the little but he did. He totally did. Ow, Shiny Bob just got wrecked a little bit there. Alright, we're going to swing on you, and we're going to try for the kill, which we came really, really close to. The bleed is real, but apparently not real enough. Oh, the miss. The kill. And both of these two are dead after they make their move. So it looks like Shiny Bob will get to throw a few heals out after the fact. And yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Alright, we're going to go to Shiny Bob. We're going to do an Aura of Healing ×2. There it is. Ow. Wow, the combat log has been expanded, and it's actually quite a bit more good. No, more descriptive? I don't know if that's the words to use, but it's what I'm going to use. Oh, this is not pleasant, to be sure. Ow. Alright, it looks like there's some unidentified booties that we're going to take there. There are still herbs that grow out here, ironically enough. And I'm, again, quite concerned with this whole situation. Oh boy. Alright, what do we get here? Unidentified plate gloves of some type. I can totally get behind that. That is definitely not something I want to fight. There do seem to be some eggs down there for our food reserves. Okay, well, we can totally grab some of these up. I don't mind it. It's odd that we'd be able to camp here. It doesn't seem like a very intelligent thing to do. Yeah, we're going to use the camouflage skill. and escape that monstrosity. That would have been our death for sure, guys. Well, it would have been some of our death, I suppose. All right, let's throw out a light heal and then do a rest. All right, so we can't camp here because I guess I had the spell selected. It's too dangerous to rest here. I don't disagree with that, my friend. I do not disagree with that at all. Alright, well, we're just going to run out of this horrible burning place. There we go. And now I guess we need to do another aura of healing, and then we'll try resting. Until everybody's healed. Okay. We'll do a little bit of exploration in this area, and then we'll move on. Maybe we can gain just a little tiny bit more of an experience edge. Maybe gain one more level, and then we'll go try that Guardian guy. Oh, still do not want to battle you. Sorry, guys. Sorry, you seem a little bit too impressive for our meager skills at this point. What is this? That's a balanced fight too, huh? Well, let's give it a shot. It's nice to see what we can and can't handle and what the different enemies are. Oh, they're women, apparently. Sure, I guess I could see that. Alright, they seem pretty unhappy. So, let's crack the knuckles and get ready to do some murder. Alright, big hit to start with. Ow, that was a mildly impressive swing, too. Oh, Galen with a blacky action. Sweet, sweet, nice style. Alright, they look like they probably wouldn't enjoy getting colded. So we'll do some colding and some poisoning. And, ooh, a critical hit with poison and bleed attacks and all sorts of stuff. Shiny Bob is like, you know what, guys? You know what? It is time for me to aura of heal everyone. And wounds are stacking up. I'm not a big fan of wound stacking. Alright, we're going to utilize some more of our mad skills, all up in a mad abundance. Try to focus down the person on the right, while Calarcus gets more and more wounds stacked up upon him. Alright, we're going to start stacking some bleeds up on this side too. Oh, we missed. This isn't great. So the more wounded we are, the harder it's going to be for us to land. Can we land these? The ray didn't do a tremendous amount. I'm pretty sure Calarcus is going to start hitting like a girl soon. Basically, I believe the more wounds that you stack up, it like lowers damage, and it does all sorts of horrible things to you. So you really don't want to wound yourself or be wounded in any way. Fortunately, these folks don't seem to mind it so much. That still wasn't enough. See, Galen's hitting for like 13 at this point. It's not great. Alright, we'll throw out that. And unfortunately, I don't think we have a lot of wound removing abilities. In fact, we have no wound removing abilities right now. And our wound removing items, probably not super impressive. We'll use the lightning attack, can't do anything with him. We can go for the stun again, which isn't too bad. We're probably going to have to rest for the full 8 hours anyway. Oh wow, we missed both of those attacks. Just to recover from all the wounds that are being stacked up upon us. So I don't necessarily mind throwing out some more spells and or using our power points to just make sure these things die. Definitely nasty things, and we're going to definitely need more and more food with us as we continue on to do stuff. Vilak, not a super comfortable or nice position to be in. There we go, 27 damage, pretty weak for the axe user, two-handed battle axe. But hey, you know what, we got 1100 experience points. We might have even leveled up with a couple people. We'll see here in just a minute. We did not. I'd like to advance a bit further, but I think that might not be the play. Also, I think Shiny Bob, you're going to have to utilize your aura of healing more than once, probably even more than twice. Oh, the spell failed. Fantastic. Alright. We're going to retreat, try to avoid the giant fireballs, and it looks like we're going to rest one more time. Rest until all are healed, and there it is. And the only good news I have at this moment is we do have some of these. So we can apply the cereal plant to get ourselves an extra day of food. Additionally, agility. I think we're going to throw that out on Calarc. What do we have here? One skill point to the next. I think that's also going to go on Calarc. Maximum power points increase. We're going to put that on our healer. And maximum hit points, that's going to go to Galen, if I'm not wrong. Boom. There it is. And cold resistance and all that is, of course, going to go on to good old Mutanot, who we're going to hope that eventually he's going to be resistant enough not to be completely useless when it comes to a resistance fight. Alright, we're going to go out one more time and risk everything to try to get to that treasure chest and see what's there. Try to spend as little time wasting time as possible. Oh, look, it's guarded. Oh, yeah, that would be our death. That looks like that treasure chest is totally fine. We're going to use the camouflage skill. Actually, we're going to try to avoid combat. If we get stuck in combat, we can still fight it. Not super concerned with that. Alright, well, we're leaving Vilak. We're not quite ready for this. But you know what? We learned a little something something. We got a little bit more of the map uncovered to us, and I'm okay with that. Aura of healing times 2. Sorry, and then we should be able to actually deal with that in the future. No big deal. So there's still a few options available to us at this point. I think what I'm going to try next, guys, is I tried this. I can't recall if I tried to the northeast. I think I did, but again, it's been almost a month since I've last played Lords of Xulima, and it's much to my sadness because I really do enjoy this game. That's why I decided I was going to use Focus Fridays to focus on this a little bit. It's not going to be every Friday, guys, I'm going to do this, but this Friday in particular, I just felt like, you know, I want to play me some Lords of Xulima. The game is actually quite cool, quite fun, and I've missed playing it. So until I get completely normalized once again and everything is working the way it should, and I'm putting out as many videos as I want each day, it's going to be kind of just whatever I feel like doing. So I'm still trying to do the daily videos that I normally do 6 days a week, but additionally, what goes with those daily videos are going to be kind of, you know, hit or miss, just kind of like brought up, thrown down, whatever the case is. Additionally, I did start streaming again, guys. If you haven't heard, now you know. And I'm streaming various things, but the one that I'm going to try to post to YouTube is going to be Valkyria Chronicles. And it's one of my favorite games that I had on the PS3, and it's now available on the PC, and I picked it up. And I started playing through it. I'm probably about, I want to say an hour and a half to 2 hours in, somewhere around that. And I'm going to post the 2 videos relatively soon of that. The first video, unfortunately, I'm going to have to redo, solely because I didn't start the recording when I started streaming on the first actual video. So the first hour I'm going to basically have to redo. It probably won't be quite an hour because there's less interaction when I'm just recording for YouTube. So I'll be treating it more along a YouTube recording deal than I would anything else. Wow, we actually landed that shot. I'm kind of impressed. The poison I'm not super happy about, but that's okay. We're going to try to remove all of these with Bumpy's. Yeah. And it worked. That was enough to get rid of all of them. Hey, 705 experience, nothing to laugh at, even though that's a somewhat simplistic battle for us. And we're getting food reserves from it too, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to head back to town, folks, and when I get back to town, we'll probably identify the 2 items. We'll grab the 2 food dishes, or bushes, or whatever it is that are up there. And then I'm going to head to the north up here, if you see on the mini-map down here. I'm going to head up there, and that is where I am going to hope against hope, dream against dream. Going to hope that we can actually find some stuff to kill. I think I did that already, and it wasn't a good idea. But I can't recall, therefore I'm going to do it again, and maybe waste some more time. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I know where the eventuality is going to lead me, so it is what it is. That's interesting. I wonder if anyone has stuff they shouldn't have right now. It doesn't matter so much. Oh, the Bronze Colossus shield. Really? 2 Constitution, 2 Agility, 2 Strength, 2... You know what? I don't hate that. You're the other one with the shield? And all you have is a Galadorn shield. Plus 41 defense. Yeah, I can't quite compete with that. You are fine with that, Sarah. What do you have? You have an iron versatile shield with some evasion. Which actually isn't so bad. This is really not that bad. Plus 19 defense versus plus 17. Yeah, you know what? I think that shield's fine. We can leave it right where it's at. We don't need to pick it up. It does look like we have some new stuff. Ooh, this looks like this might be really good. Alright, so we have a silver fiber longbow, and we also have the platinum fiber longbow. I'm not sure why the silver is better than the platinum. I'm pretty sure the platinum is 2 stars ahead of the silver. Oh, it's a short bow. I'm sorry. Okay. And the gold fiber icy longbow plus 2 to 4 additional cold damage. That, I don't know if it's worth the 1800. I would say that every little bit counts, and considering that we're just slowly gaining more and more, not tremendously gaining, but slowly gaining it, I think it is worth it. I really do. Additionally, a claymore. Claymore is probably a 2-hander. Yeah, it is. And it's pretty impressive. Sorry, I had the wrong guy selected. But not as impressive as I was thinking. It's a steel, too, as opposed to like a titanium or a platinum or something along those lines. Alright, well that's okay. We can take that. And then these are protection rings. Don't care so much about. Prophet cloak. Don't care about that. And the sapphire neck. Not bad, actually. Giant neck. That's pretty much what we're using now. Speed and agility, strength and constitution. I don't know. What do we have for Shanabab? Constitution and agility. Yeah, we have a really good one on him. It's not really worth it. Okay, well, that to me means that we just need to swap out that one weapon.
Soon.
And come back soon. Alright, how do we do that? We go here. And we swap out the weapon. Do we click? Ah, there we go. So we click and drag that way. Alright. And let's take a look. Our damage just went up. I mean, that's literally the only exchange.
How can I help you?
You can help me by buying this from me. There we go.
Come back soon.
Alright, it looks like the food has not regrown. We're in town. Might as well go to the Half Moon Inn here, and we'll rest for the 8 hours. Sure, 70 gold. Not the greatest use of money, considering we weren't really that hurt. But hey, you know what? It got us a little tiny bit more food, and we didn't have to waste any food of our own to get that back. Alright, we'll come up here, grab this, and then we'll leave the town heading up to where we want to go. And then that is where we will break off this episode, and then we'll be back just a little bit later on with more Lords of Xulima here on Focus Fridays. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. And I will see you guys in just a few minutes with more Lords of Xulima. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.